Alright folks, welcome back to Hate Games. So after sinking maybe about 12 to 15 hours into Helldivers 2, I finally wanted to share some thoughts on the channel. I actually didn't pick this up on launch, I gave it a week or two. I wanted to see how the community felt about the game, and I heard nothing but good things, so I said, right, let's dive in and see what the game is all about. My very first impressions and my first thoughts about the game is I've not had this much fun with a PVE game in a long time. Bear in mind, I haven't played this with any of my friends on my friends list. I've been simply using the matchmaking to find randomers, and I'm having a blast with it. And the game and its systems really encourage cooperative play. It's just so refreshing to play a multiplayer title like this, and there's no toxicity that I can see in the community itself. Everybody is kind of out to help each other. Simple things like putting in chat boxes and being able to actually send messages in-game, within the game itself. It's just subtle but brilliant changes that I don't often see in many games on console. Now I know this is available on PC as well, and that's typically a PC thing that you would see in Counter-Strike, etc. But I really like the chat box as one incentive to try and incorporate a community spirit around this game. Everyone kind of wants to get to the same objective, which is really cool. Have I said that this is a fun game to play? Extremely fun game to play. Satisfying weapons, some of the most satisfying weapons I've seen in a TPS/FPS. Now I say that because it's a TPS by design, but when you aim down you can change between third person and first person aiming. Again, just these little subtle tweaks and adjustments that you can make on the fly, I find really well implemented. The tagging system, the map system, all really well designed. Marking locations on the map is just as simple as tapping the central button on your PS5 controller, essentially the pad in the middle, and you can navigate and drop waypoints wherever you want. All your team sees these waypoints. Brilliant little additions. You can drop supplies of weapons, turrets. Everybody shares all the resources within the map, so there's none of this kind of hungry hippo feeling that I gotta grab everything here. You know, there's some genuine team play being pushed forward by the design aspects of the game. Again, irrelevant whether you're playing with actual friends or you're using the matchmaking system. I genuinely felt every game was enjoyable with whoever you played with, and that's just a sentiment to the actual design philosophy that's gone behind Helldivers 2. And I think this is going to be a sleeper hit. I'm just really excited to see what they do with this, because let's just say it's not necessarily a campaign, it's an open-ended experience. I think it's meant to be enjoyed as long as you're going to enjoy it, and at an entry fee of €40, that's a really commendable price point as well. The only thing I would wish for is that this opens itself up to Xbox as well in the near future, and maybe, just maybe, that might alleviate some toxicity between PlayStation and Xbox in the process. Now I also read some comments online, people are looking for PvP in Helldivers 2. Jesus Christ, keep PvP out of this will completely defeat the purpose of what this game is all about. There are plenty of PvP titles on the market, free to play, whatever you want. Do not bring it into this game. This is just unique for that very reason, and I even think the developer recently tweeted and said that's not going to happen. So glad to hear him say that, because as I mentioned, I think it would directly just impact the whole point of this entire game. If I was to sum up my experience with Helldivers 2, an incredibly exciting multiplayer co-op focused shooter, and its design methodology is just so refreshing. With the market saturated with multiplayer games, it really feels like the dev team went back, looked at the baseline, most important aspects of what makes a co-op game good, work on those and get those fundamentally working perfectly, and then build around it. And it really feels like that has gone into this game in spades. Again, I cannot recommend this game enough. I have had so much fun. I'm finding it really hard to play anything else at the moment, and as I said, I'm only starting to move up the ranks of the higher difficulty levels, and I haven't even experienced playing this with my actual friends in my friends list too. Such an amazing game, so refreshing, and yeah, hopefully this kind of gave folks a bit of a different flavour and thought about what Helldivers 2 is all about if you're still unsure about picking it up. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider supporting my work by subscribing. If you played Helldivers, please drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.